Hello, hello, hello. So as part of our Skyrim of Tamriel theme that we're looking at different mods from this theme, I want to show you the Skyrim of Tamriel Armory. This is a pretty big mod, 835 megabytes we're going to say. This is from Brackamiker 79. Now we have to realize this is a mashup of different mods ported over. I'm not sure how much is involved in what, and I'm not going to get into all that. There's way too much here. There's a bunch of different people who need to be credited, and I think Brackamiker tried to credit everyone appropriately. So I'm going to let it go at that. There's a lot of weapons, a lot of armor, a lot of things to look at. This is a really big mod. It is not just a retexture, it also does meshes. There's a lot of good stuff in it. There's, it just depends on what you like. So there's going to be some subjectiveness, and this is just another one of those armor replacer packs, which includes some Nord War stuff and some other things from other people, okay? So I'm not able to give everyone that credit because I don't want to sit here and read this big long thing to you, okay? Because that would just be boring. So let's jump into the game. I got a guy ready to show you all the different armors in this pack. And there might be a few that are not actually replaced, but we'll cover that as we go through it. So I'll see you in the game in a moment. Alright, so this is our new guy, and I just called him Wraith for fun. He's wearing the Ozadel armor, and that's how I'm going to say that. Just deal with it. I think it's been retextured a little bit. I don't see anything drastic. There's going to be a few items like that where I'm not 100% sure that much was changed, but I'm going to show it to you anyway, just to be safe. Now this is Ariel's stuff, okay? Ariel's crown still has the same old problem. I'm not sure they changed the crown at all. So I would say let's just leave off the crown because it looks exactly the same and it still has the problem of making you bald. However, the shield looks the same. The armor and the gloves and the boots look different, and I think they look pretty good overall. So that's going to depend on what you like. Now there's also some weapons that go with this, and I am going to cover weapons in this. Like here's the bow. And I think it looks a little shinier. I can't tell how much, how much has been changed there. But that's really all there is to it, was just the bow. Okay, so this is Ariel's getup. And it's not bad, not bad. Not trying to put anything down. I'm just trying to look at things from a reasonable standpoint. Now this is the banded armor. For some of that, we're going to have to go down. You know how banded is. I'm going to have to go down to the iron and put on the boots and gloves to kind of give us a set for you to look at. So, bear with me for a moment. I'm trying to not be a jerk. I've started to say so deal with it, and that's not what I meant. Oh, we're going to have to restart this. Okay, hold on. I've got to turn off something. I'll be right back. All right, so I had to turn off my invisible helmets. Sorry about that. Anyway, here we are with the banded armor. And you remember banded armor is kind of like iron armor. So I'll take a look at the iron weapons when we get down to the iron armor. But I just wanted to show you this. This is pretty cool looking. It's I think that's really the Nord War style, is it not? Nonetheless, even if I don't know who did it, I think it looks fine. So we're going to come back up and go down past banded. Now the bear armor, let's take that shield off. The bear armor is like this. And I can't tell for sure if there was any change to this, but it looks like it might be a little darker or a little different, so I went ahead and brought it out for you to see. I'm not always going to be right. Sometimes I'm just guessing. That's like this. I can't tell that this was changed, but I went ahead and brought it out anyway. You might see a difference that I don't see. So, and then here's the Blade's sword. Again, the weapon might be changed. That might be a retexture that's a little better than normal. Sometimes subtle differences will get past me because I'm not, I guess, I don't pay that much attention. I guess that's the truth of it. Alright, so here we have bone mold, armor, boots, gauntlet. Let's throw on the helmet and the shield. Now, the difference is you don't look like you're wearing a diaper because they painted the cloth red. They also retextured the armor a little bit to be, would you say, grainy or gritty? Overall, I would say this is an improvement. Okay? I always felt like the other looked like you were wearing a diaper and looked kind of dumb. So this just gives you, it changes that white diaper look to a red look, but somehow that's better. Maybe because anything would have been better. Anyway, I think it looks good. And it is just a retexture, a recoloring. Now, bone mold does not have weapons that I remember, so I'm not going to worry about that. We're going to look at the chitin. The chitin. So this is all the light chitin. And I think it was retextured. It doesn't look like it was hugely changed, but the retexture, the recolor, looks interesting, looks good. I don't think any complaints here on that myself. I always thought this looked strange, so it still looks strange, but it's recolored, it's retextured. I will leave that to you. Now, the Dark Brotherhood light stuff, light armor here, has been changed. The hood no longer, in my opinion, the hood no longer goes with this outfit. Okay, so even though they left it there, I don't think that looks good. So we're going to just get rid of it. I think the armor looks fine. The hood did not suit it. So, that's kind of bad, isn't it? I'm not sure if something was not done correctly here or not. Very interesting. Tell you what, I'm going to pop in and out. I'm going to make sure that I know I did a reset, but I'm going to pop in and out and make sure, because this is striking me as probably a mistake if they actually didn't update the hood. So I'll be right back. All right, so yeah, this is the way it is. I went and done a reset just to be safe. So I think that's a mistake. I don't think the hood was intended to be left like that, but that's how they left it. So let's move on. I just wanted to be sure. I didn't want to show you something that was incorrect, but the hood really doesn't go with that outfit. So I don't know what to tell you about that. So we're going to move on. We're going to look at the Daedric. Now, you've seen this form of the Daedric before, and it's interesting in its own way. There's things I like and things I don't like about it. You know, I don't like the shoulder there because it's asymmetrical and it makes me crazy. But other than that, it has an interesting look to it. I'll say that. How's that? Now, here is something interesting that they included. There's heavy and light versions of the dragon blood etched, and you might remember the dragon carved armor. I have used it in the past. I'm going to try to show you the light first. Let's skip over the no pauldrons thing. Let's see. So is that okay? I'm trying to get all the right pieces here, and then the light shield. All right. So this is the light version, and I don't think you'll see much difference between these two unless you choose the no pauldron version. And the dragon carved armor, it has its own good look. I kind of like it. I used to use the, I guess the gray, the original gray version quite a bit. Let's see, is this no pauldrons? And you can do the no pauldrons, and it looks a little different. Not hugely different. Now this does come, oops, wrong way. This does come with its own weapons. Oh, I didn't show you the Daedric weapons. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's come back to the Daedric weapons for a moment. The arrows get a replace. Wow, I'm not saying that well. The arrows are replaced. They look good. The battle axe, you can tell that's different, and that looks good. The bow has been made to look like, there's a mod that makes all your bows look kind of like this. I forget the name of it, but it's good. It's a good mod. This is the dagger. The great sword. And this is the Daedric great sword. Okay. And then the Daedric mace. Looks a little rough. Looks like it could be a little shinier, but that's okay. I mean, I guess nothing has to look like it's all perfectly new. So this is the sword, the war axe, and these have all been, I think, remeshed and retextured. They look different. I think that's the right way to say that. And this is Dawnbreaker, which we haven't looked at yet, but we should go ahead and look at it while we're here in the D's. I think this version of Dawnbreaker is cool. Now this is the Dragon Blood etched greatsword. It's a big sword. It's a really big sword. Let's see if we can. Oh, well, I should have equipped it. Oh, wow, I am sorry, out of control. Let's try that again. Maybe I can get myself under control. So if you take a look at it here, it's a really big sword, and it's one of those that looks kind of ridiculous to me, but whatever. I mean, you know, enjoy whatever you like. Just enjoy. It's fine. It's a game, right? Okay, so then there's the normal sword, which is what I would use the most. And then, whoops, now we're moving on. Okay, so let's go back. So that was just to give you an idea there of what this would look like. The heavy, if you replace it with the heavy, let me show you real fast, you're not going to see any great difference. Matter of fact, I'm wearing the heavy boots by accident. But see, if I wear the light boots, you can't tell any difference. Let's put the heavy on just real fast to show you. The heavy. We'll leave the pauldrons on. We'll go the heavy and the heavy. There's really no difference. They only, they just do this so you can play, if you like this look, you can play it heavy or light, which I appreciate myself. So, all right, so let's move on. Now we're going to move on down to the dragon plate stuff. So this is the dragon plate. Now this is a good style. However, for some reason, when I think of dragon plate armor, this doesn't come to mind. So for me, I don't care much for that. It's not that I don't like it, it's just that it doesn't fit what my mind says it should look like. Now the dragon bone arrows don't look like they've been retextured really much. Maybe they have, I can't tell. Same here, I'm not sure if this weapon is drastically different or if it's just been maybe spruced up, because it looks pretty good, but I'm not sure if it looks different. This looks different, of course. I think it looks good. The dagger, I just don't remember. I think again, this is retextured. Yeah, these are retextured weapons. Yeah, okay. So these look good. Depending on what you like. And this is definitely remesh, retexture, whatever you want to call it. This is a different looking sword. And it might be worth taking a quick look at. Like in first person here. See how that's going to look. It's a pretty big sword, but it's still one-handed. It's not two-handed, so it still fits in there. Oh, I don't have his buttons set up, so I can't. If we take the shield off, you can see that's how the sword looks there. I think it looks fine. So, whereas I don't care that much for this armor as dragon bone or dragon plate, I do like the weapons. That's just the way it is. arrows. And this, wait, is that? Yeah, it's the Dragonbone Warhammer. This one I don't like. That looks like the Dwarven Warhammer. Oh, but they changed the Dwarven Warhammer. Okay, well, okay, they at least made it kind of work, but I don't like the Dragonbone Warhammer. I think that's the old Dwarven Warhammer, isn't it? That's just me. Alright, so, moving on. Turn that off. Turn that off. There we go. Moving on, we're going to go down to Dragon Scale. And again, I think this looks good. I like it. I don't really think of it when I think of Dragon Scale. I understand what they're doing, and I'm not dissing the design really. I'm just saying, for my purposes, for some reason, this doesn't really work for me. I know that's unusual. I think this is a Nord War thing. I usually like the Nord War stuff, so sorry. Just, you know, everything can't be a winner. You can't please everybody all the time. I know. Anyway, so this is the Dwarven, and I do like this. I think this is a good style. Very cool looking. I mean, the helmet is funky and weird, but at the same time, that kind of suits. So, you know. Now, let's look at the Dwarven. Oh, no. Weapons. Dwarven arrows. Oh, why did I do that? Anyway, they got a little bit of a... I think they got a little bit of a touch there. I'm not sure that all this changed, but I wanted to show it to you. I do not play a lot with the Dwarven stuff, so I'm not really sure if any of this changed a lot. You'll have to tell me. I don't know. I've just never been that interested in the Dwarven stuff, so it's not that it's bad. It's just for whatever reason it doesn't register with me that much. So, all right. So let's move on. Let's look at the Ebony armor. Ebony and Ivory. Oops, wrong thing. Hold on, go back. Let's look at the normal armor and the shield. Okay. Now, personally, I really like this look, even though some of it you might say is too dark, depending on what you like. But I do kind of like this look. It's the old, you know, Black Knight look type of thing, right? So I think it's cool. Now, if you look at the Ebony mail, I actually think I like the base Ebony better. Now, I'm not putting this down. This looks good. But I just like that better. That's just me. All right. So let's look at the Ebony. Oh, going the wrong way again. Let's look at the Ebony weapons. Now, this is going to be a longer show than normal, so we're just going to have to deal with that as best we can. Sorry. It takes time to go through all these things. And this has a lot of different things. Like, see how these weapons have been retextured, remeshed, and I mean, it's a lot of stuff. So it's a lot to look at. I'm not going to talk about every individual piece, but I'm going to try to show you a lot of this. And I'm probably still only hitting maybe 80% of the items in the mod. But I want to give you a chance to see them anyway. I kind of like that sword. It's cool. And the axe is cool. The Warhammer is still cool, but there's only so much you can do with Warhammers. Okay. So let's move on. We're going to do the Elven. Now this is also a good Elven look. Let's see. The Gilded, there's really no difference in the Elven and the Gilded. There just never is. So, whatever. Let's do the helmet, and let's find the shield. Ta-da. Alright, so this is the Elven. I put the arrows on him. That's okay. We'll take those off. I didn't mean to put the arrows on him. That was just an accidental click. So anyway, this is the outfit, and I think this is good. I think this has a good look to it. The only real difference here is if you go to the light armor, it's slightly different, not hugely different. You'll notice really the only change is to the chest piece, or the main change anyway. The shield stays, everything else is basically the same. That's not bad, that's just the way it is. Now let's look at elven. The elven arrows, I think they retextured it, but I don't think they changed too much about that. I'm not sure if all these even got changed, but some of them look like maybe the color was changed. Definitely the bow is different. Now see, this one looks different, the dagger, but not everything. The great sword is different, and this is one of those that you can't get to stay on the screen very well. But anyway, it's a good sword. The mace. So I think there are some definite, yeah, look at this. This is definitely different. But everything doesn't look like this. Still looks very similar, but I think they retextured it. And then you have the hammer. Again, I think it's been retextured, but still largely the same. Alright, so we're going to look at glass. I'm just trying to move us. I'm trying to move us fairly quickly. I know I'm not the fastest. But, okay, so there's the glass. And with this theme and the way they did a lot of these armors look very like scale armor to me. I think it stays with the theme pretty well. This is the glass arrows. I think they've been retextured. Not sure if they were changed a lot. Same with this. This looks like the same shape, just different coloring. This was remeshed and retextured. This looks the same to me, maybe a retexture. I say maybe. This one definitely was changed. Yeah, there we go. And then this looks like maybe the texture was changed. Trying to get the colors to all match. This looks looks close to the same, but I think there's been some mesh change and possibly texture change as well. Same here. I think this was probably mainly a retexture. And I think same here. And the reason I say I think they were retextured to make sure that they matched with the armor, and also I think just to make them a little darker. I think that makes them look a little better, but that's just my thought. Okay, we're going to look at hide. And this is the hide outfit. As you know, there's no hide weapons. They should have made a hide weapon, something like a, maybe just a hide whip or something. Nonetheless, I kind of like this outfit. I think this is good. Now, Imperial armor, I don't think any of this was changed. But I'm going to give us a chance to take a look at it. Yeah, I don't think any of this was changed. See that? He looks exactly the same. Now let's look at the light real fast. I think we're going to see the same thing. That it wasn't really changed. Yeah, it looks the same. Okay, so let's move on from that. I do want to show you the weapons. Because the bow is different. I'm pretty sure that is retextured. It may be the same shape, but it looked a little different to me. Definitely the Imperial sword is different. And I think that's a better look than what comes in the vanilla game, but that's just my opinion. Alright, so we're going to look at the improved bone mold for just a second. There's really not much to see. It's like the other bone mold that we looked at. Okay, we're going to move on. Trying to keep this moving. So here is the iron. It's very similar to the banded iron we looked at earlier. It looks good, but Alright, so the iron weapons have been changed. The arrows got a retexture and everything. They look good. I think the battle axe is different. These all look different and better. Kind of cruder, but at the same time better. I like the mace. It's just a big club with spikes. Which that's good. That's what it should be, right? Okay, the iron war axe. I'm just going to try to get through these quick and not worry out on this. But all these look good, but they look kind of crude. They're iron. They're not supposed to be super special, right? All right, so here's leather. We know there's no leather weapons. Again, there probably should have been a leather weapon, but there wasn't. There's no shield for leather. You have to use hide. I like this leather outfit, though. All right, I did the mask of Clavigus Vile and some of these other things. I'm not 100% sure, but look at that. I think that is different, right? It's a hooded mask, and I'm not sure. I don't usually play around with this very much, but I don't remember it ever looking like that. So it's interesting. It kind of reminds me of V, if you remember V for Vendetta, but he's got the horns. All right, some other things of note. Mirak's outfit is different. Not bad at all, but different. Now, and he has a weapon, which also has been changed. Oh, let's also look at this. This is the mace of Molag Bal. And I don't know, I thought it looked shinier and better. This is Maroon's razor, which I think looks good. Kind of interesting they went with a silver look to it. And this is Mirak's sword. And I actually think, I have to tell you, I actually think this is better. The vanilla game has this blobby, weird-looking sword for him, and it never really made sense to me. So this looks better. My opinion. My opinion. I know, I'm always giving you my opinion, whether you want it or not. Now, I accidentally made double Nightingale stuff. That's because with the mods I have the enchanted and unenchanted. They look exactly the same. So we're just going to go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and put the first one of each of these on. And if it's enchanted, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. So this is the Nightingale look. Now, I don't know why they decided to make the kind of gray-white appearance like that. It's almost like a Moon Knight type of thing. But I don't know. It's interesting. Is it better? I don't know. But it's interesting. Now, I did do Nocturnal's clothes, and I don't remember why I was thinking to do that, because I'm not even doing a girl, so it's not going to look right. But anyway, I think the Nightingale armor has its own appeal, and some people will like it, and some people won't, and that's fine. He looks weird, doesn't he? That's fun. Oh, let's take his hood off and take his boots off. Dude. Alright, let's move on. That was just silly. Okay, Nordic carved armor. I don't think there's any difference here, but I want you to see it in case I've missed it. This looks exactly the same to me. So if you see a difference, let me know. And also, I did those weapons. Oh, here's the Nightingale blade. I couldn't tell any difference, just so you know. The Nightingale bow, I don't think there's any difference, but you can tell me. Now here's the Nordic stuff. The Nordic stuff looks the same to me, but if you see a difference, you can always let me know. The bow is different. Okay, the bow is different. I'll give them that. The rest of this looks like the usual vanilla stuff. I wouldn't have even changed the bow if I was not going to change anything else, because now the bow doesn't look like it fits. That's just me. It's not that. If that's the most criticism your mod gets, you're in great shape. And so far, except for that one flaw we found, I think this is looking fine, looking good. All right, so let's go to the orcish armor. Again, this is a different style that I like. I think it's good for the orc. We have some weapons to look at. Hold on. These also got a remake or a makeover. Maybe that's how I should say it. Some of them look more different than others. Some things look basically the same to me, but some things are definitely different. Like that. That's definitely different. I like this mace. This is a good one. Now, if, you know, anyway, I like that mace. We'll just leave it at that. That's a good sword. It's a good axe. And, of course, the Warhammer. Where would we be without the big crushing Warhammer? All right. So, now here are some masks. I'm going to take some of this stuff off. But I want you to see these masks. I thought some of them looked different. I did not make him any robes to wear with these, though. If you don't think they look different, that's fine. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't look different. I thought they did. But that was at first glance. See this? I thought that was different. And if I'm wrong, you can just tell me. It's fine. I really don't pay much attention to the masks in the game. I really don't. I've never cared that much about it. I have used some of the masks if the enchantment was beneficial to me when I was playing the vanilla game. But other than that, I just didn't care that much. They do have a creepy look, though. I mean, they're good in their own way. Just want to make sure you have a chance to see these pretty decently. I'm not doing a big close-up, but, you know, I mean, we could go over here and do the big close-up, but which I did not do. But I think they look good enough that you don't have to have that much of a close-up. But it just helps. The wooden one. So like I said, I do not pay a lot of attention to the masks, so I may be wrong. I just thought they looked like they had been upgraded. Now this is the Savior's Hide. I don't have anything else to go with it right this moment, but that's the Savior's Hide. I guess we could take the mask off, right? Not doing much for our friend Wraith there, is it? So let's go down to the Scaled. We'll take a minute and check the Horned in a minute. But there you go. That's the Scaled armor. Oh, the horn. It has no horn. It has... They should have called it the furry shoulders. That's what it has. I'm not opposed to that. I'm just being silly. This is Spellbreaker. And if you notice, they've really changed it. There. It's got quite a bit of just animation. I'm not complaining. It just surprised me. See? When you hold this up, you'll see the animation. So I thought that was interesting. Just something different. Now here we have Stalhrim, heavy stuff. Alright, does it show the shield? It's a light shield. Is there not a heavy Stalhrim shield? There may not be. Okay. We'll just go with it anyway. I like the way the Stalhrim looks. It has that funky blue glow. But it also looks metallic. It doesn't look like it's ice. Which I think is better. Now, so I like the armor, right? Let's look at the light as well. I think I like this as well. Slightly different, but not a ton different. Okay. But then when you go to the weapons and look at the Stalhrim weapons, like these do not look like they're colored correctly, and they're not they don't look textured or anything correctly. The weapons no longer match the armor. And if your weapons don't match the armor, I would rather you probably just leave it alone. I know I'm being a bit of a butt here, but I'm just telling you, these don't match. They need to either match or just leave it alone. Alright? I'm just saying. And I love the armor, but I never liked these weapons anyway. I've used them, but I don't like them. They just don't look that good. There was another mod that really made them look like they were made of ice, and I don't remember which mod that was, but I thought that was very cool. At least it made it more icy looking. So it's either one way or the other, but if you change your armor, you need to change your weapons to match, okay? Again, really minor criticism. I don't really consider that a big deal, but I'm just saying, for my preferences. Let's look at the steel. Oh, there's two steels. Okay, hold on. Let's look at the first steel. The first steel armor and the cuffed boots and the helmet. And we don't want those. I think these are what we want. Where's our steel shield? We're going to go down here. And we're going to put that shield. Okay, so this is steel. This is your basic steel. Now, there is another, as you remember, another steel armor here. Gives you a little different look. Still nice. There's the horned helmet, if you prefer that. Oh, I have the horned helmet. And then there is these gauntlets, which never made sense to me, but whatever, they're here, so they are what they are. They don't really go with everything else, so I think we should just ignore them for a moment. I think those are the better ones. Alright, so then if you look at the plate, now the plate looks like it's going to be a lot shinier. Do you see that? That looks really shiny. And we are right. It's a lot shinier. And it looks really good. Still using the same shield also. And then these shin boots, again, don't really go with the rest of it, so don't worry about those. Weapons. Steel weapons look like they've gotten some love as well. I like these steel weapons. They look very nice. That looks a little splotchy on the blade. I'm not sure why. And maybe that's supposed to be a realistic look. I still like it. I just think it looks weird. I like these. These also have a little bit of that. I like the mace. I really like the realistic looking maces. I think that's great. The sword looks good. The war axe really looks like a hatchet, doesn't it? I mean, this is like a tomahawk hatchet thing. That's what it looks like. This is the steel warhammer. Looks nice. Now, because we're down here at the bottom, let's go ahead and look at the pale blade. And it just looks old and rusty, doesn't it? The rueful axe, I wasn't sure. I thought this looked a little shinier and a little better. I could be wrong. Same thing with Volan Drug or whatever. I thought it looked a little shinier, maybe a little better. Not sure. Volan Drug. Drung. I'm having trouble with that. So here's the studded armor. And I guess you would really want to wear leather stuff with it or something, but let's just take all that off for a minute. And it looks good. The studded armor, or you could wear it with scaled or whatever works for you. I mean, mix and match however you need to. This is the Thalmor, and I thought it looked different. Now I'm not... I still think it's different. I think it's been recolored, retextured. I'm not sure that it's been changed much in any other way, though it may have. Again, this is an outfit I do not use very much, so... Alright, so then... Oh, okay, so I did the thief armor because it looked like they had changed it. If you'll notice, it looks like it's been darkened. Maybe they added some, like a money bag and some pouches and lockpicks to the belt. So it looks pretty cool. So, And then the dark armor, again, I wasn't sure if this had changed much. Maybe they darkened it a little bit. They didn't do a lot else. And they may not have even done that, but I thought they did. So, I could be wrong. I wasn't sure if this was different at all or not. So, I'm just going to let you decide on that. And then this is the wolf armor, which I think looks pretty cool. This is that version. Is this a Nord War version? I can't remember. But I do like this version. It looks good. You're actually wearing like the wolf head for a helmet and everything. So let me check and make sure. I think that's all the apparel and all the weapons. That should cover probably 70 to 80% of the game. And this is the Skyrim of Tamriel Armory. Okay, let's jump out and take a look at the mod. Because all of this is just replacers, all of this is still temperable, upgradable, and enchantable. There shouldn't be any issue with that at all. Okay, so let's hop out and take a look at the mod again. Alright, so this has been Skyrim of Tamriel Armory. 835 megabytes. It just has a lot of stuff, and a lot of it's very good. Some of it's going to be very subjective. You just have to look and see, overall, do you like this mashup, this mod? Because it has so many different things, you really have to look at it and decide for yourself. It can be a difficult decision, and there may be little things you don't like about it, which kind of makes it hard on you. So if you look at all it includes, you can always go and pick the things here that you want without getting the other things. If we have them available for the Xbox, I can't say that we have all of them available. So that's life. There's not anything we can do about that. You could try to get them ported if you wanted to. But it probably includes more than just this. But at least includes this, okay? All right. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. So I want to acknowledge these people who donate to the channel, who support the channel. They put their money where their mouth is, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you to these folks, and thank you to everyone for watching and supporting the channel. This has been an OwwThatSmarts production.